we can always figure stuff out after the show started.
Yeah, I started it again, for the record.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mark and George pre-show stream.
I think we're good. Let's run this bad boy before Mike kills me for doing 20 minutes of no show and then another 90 minutes while he's trying to sleep. Losing the internet?
Yeah.
Is common?
Bad connections and everything.
Yeah. Where'd you hear that from?
From somebody I met on Hello Talk.
You can't trust Hello Talk.
I know.
Those people are all out just to learn how to speak a language.
We moved to...
Oh my God.
Oops. Sorry, that was me.
Yeah. Well, that was you. That was you that did that, not me.
Yeah, that was me.
I don't think so.
That was me.
I think I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop sending
again.
you camera. By the way, I'm gonna reduce our risk because again, this is a radio show. You should not have to see me. Am I right? Come on.
Agreed. Yeah, totally. Nice. Finally, show number 13 coming right up. I am going to switch this thing one more time.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, it's orange here. Video connected is orange. Well, okay. I mean, we can try. If this fails again, tell me.
Because you're going well from my end. Your audio is nice right now.
Likewise. Which you are using.
That's why we should change it. So it's not going well. Yeah, you should change it.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, it's going okay now.
Because it's going so well, you should definitely change it.
Ah, yeah, to see.
Just to make sure
this one as reserve.
Just to make sure it was going well. All right, you can start the show anytime, by the way.
Yeah, it's your time to open this bad boy.
Well, you got to play the tune before I do that.
Of course.
Play the tune. You give me that
All
tune.
units proceed to your post assignments. All units proceed to your post assignments.
George Trombley, Mark Van Dyke, Mark and George Show.
Hello, everybody. I am George Trombley, and you are listening to the Mark and George Show, broadcasting for the first time from the land of the rising sun.
And from the province of sober virtues, from the capital of the province of sober virtues. This is Mark Van Dyke.
I hadn't heard that before. Are you saying sober virtues?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
The capital of the province of sober virtues.
Sober virtues.
Sounds nice, right?
It does. It sounds.
You know where?
Well, and for the first time, I'm not in Sin City, so it really is nice. I gotta say.
Yeah, I got that from the anthem of the province, the city anthem or the provincial anthem. I don't know. The name of the province is the same as the name of the capital of the province.
That's really
Groningen.
Nice. Groningen.
So, you traveled almost all time zones.
I am now no longer in Pacific time. I'm in Japan, Korea, and China time. I guess I'm not sure exactly what it's called here, but yes, it is. I'm trying to figure out what time it is. I think it's like 8 p.m. here. No, 7 p.m. 7 a.m.
Yeah,
sorry,
earlier
oh my God.
Probably
7 a.m. Sorry,
7 a.m. There you go.
So yeah, so
how was it? How was the flight? Had fun?
Flight was good. Walked around for 13 kilometers yesterday. Oh, I just got a text message for some reason, and you can see it on my screen.
10, my cable, and I called the company to cancel it, and then the girl told me that that was possible, and she would end it for me right away. But it would be possible for there to be a little bit of rest signal in the cables. She told me that.
Rest signal?
Rest signal. There might be a little bit of a signal coming out. That's just a rest signal.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't have the ability to actually block you from getting it.
No, well, they block the digital part. They're not able to block the analog part. So you can theoretically watch television, but only analog television when you have an analog receiver without paying any money. But who wants to watch television anyway these days,
Yeah, everyone should really be listening to the Mark and George Show. Yay!
That's right. There you go. So, what's going on over there? How is Japan? Many
Great. Yesterday I went to a maid cafe.
MAID.
MAID. You know what a French maid is, right?
Get my fantasies going there,
Oh
bad
yeah,
boy.
I'm gonna really ramp up your fantasies. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Now, granted, I know how much you're into sex robots, but these are real girls at this
No
place.
way.
Yes.
In Japan?
Right? In a place called Akihabara.
Uh-huh.
All right, this is a taco
Akihabara.
calling not as good as sex robots, but damn straight close. Am I right?
Right. Yeah.
It's not sexual, obviously.
Just a bit short.
Anyway,
Okay.
but it's a restaurant filled with. I'm thinking the girls are all 18 to 21, very, very young, with very high-pitched voices, and I think if I could sum up the experience, it's extremely cringy. It's just cringy. It's
I
not
see, yeah.
actually fun.
How come? Is it the combination of everything, or
It's
is it like
just
the
so
voice being
cringy.
too?
It's so
Right, it's
cringy.
like-
They call you master. And okay, so
Oh, really?
I was wearing this shirt yesterday. For those of you that
Like
are on YouTube,
master.
I'm wearing a Superman shirt, and I think 3 times they would just point to me and go Superman, and like raise their arm up. It was. How do you react to that? It was not. And plus, I'm with like a really handsome. My video editor is here with me. He's also a really good friend of mine, Mike. Super handsome. So I know like anything they're being nice to me is just like pity. Like they're just like, look at the old man. Address him every now and then, make him feel good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, who cares about that? I'm sorry. I don't
So
have
you were
actual
there
sex.
together, and they said master. So how did you respond to that?
Well, we're both masters. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Oh,
There you go.
Oh, the first thing they did. This was this is the cringy part. So it's all in Japanese, obviously, but they're like, "Oh, I got a special letter from so and so," and I was trying to figure. I didn't know what she was talking about. So she opened. Would it be all right if I read the letter that we got? And like, yeah. Well, I don't know why I almost went into like an English accent right now, but that makes sense for me somehow.
Okay. Yeah.
So she
Because it
opens
feels so foreign, probably, and Japanese is not really
Would it
conductive
be all right
to
if
the
I
listener.
opened up the letter? I'm like, yes, you can open up the letter.
I like this.
Oh, dear sirs, you have been accepted into the, and like, you have been, I forgot the word she used, but like, you have been masterized. And then I hereby, it was like a knighting, but you've been turned into master, and they give you a card that looks like an American Express card, right? Which I tried to pay with later, but it didn't. She wouldn't let me pay with that card. I'm sure I'm not the first one to
darn.
make that joke, but yeah, it was just cringy, fun but cringy. And the food, so we ordered the master course, which is like, dessert and the main course and Polaroids with the girl. You take Polaroids with the girl, which they call you up in front of the entire establishment, and you just take you put like bunny ears
Did they
on.
call your name?
Yeah, they're like, sorry to bother you while you're eating, Mr. Master George. Please come to the front for your
Jesus,
photograph
okay.
with the maid. Yeah. But yeah, so
Like if you're really really dumb, it sounds like fun. Like if you move the kind of dumb that when you move your head, your eyes
on.
roll like the Cookie
can't hear you
Monster.
anymore. Can you see
Why? Yes,
I see what
I
happened.
can still hear you.
No, I know, you're right. You know what happened was I went to hit the cough button, and as I did, I twisted the volume knob for the headphones completely to 0. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, so
So
we
you
got
missed a
the,
really good joke, but yeah.
I did, but you know what? Probably it would have been the exact same reaction. That's my guess.
Yeah. Okay. I'll make more
Actually, I know what you said.
great ones.
I know what you said. Can I reconstruct it?
No.
Come on, you're not gonna let me reconstruct what I think you said. It goes like
Sure,
this.
sure.
It goes like this.
Go ahead.
Probably the maid company. The maid company is controlled by the master maid company, and their goal is to make everyone feel embarrassed in order to. I tried.
No.
I tried.
Yeah. Nice try, but
Anyway, wait, before you go, I just want to sum it up because I was going somewhere, I guess. But the one thing I wanted to say about the maid cafe is, yeah, you know what? You got a bunch of cute girls dressed up as maids. Food selection is really horrible. Like it's like choose from our menu, and you're flipping through the pages. There's like 2 things. But you're flipping through, and there's like 2 things. So you're like, I guess I'll take one of the 2 things, you know? And then, here's the funniest part. I'll end on this. I spilled my water midway through. Okay? It went everywhere. There's like 30 maids in the place. Not one of them came rushing over to clean up my mess.
No way.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Eventually, one of the girls came, like I would say like 5 minutes later. And it seems like she had never seen a mess in her life. She didn't, because initially they were giving us wet You know what a wet napkin is?
Yeah.
They were drying it up with wet napkins. Like a water spill. They were tearing up individual wet napkins to try to soak it up. Eventually she came with a freshly...
Did she say it doesn't work? Did she say that? It doesn't work. And look at you with these big puppy eyes.
Master, what do I do, master?
Yeah, exactly.
I have never seen spilled water. I might melt.
My blanket doesn't work.
Yeah. So that was my experience.
Nice. Nice. And only day 2 now. So it sounds like you really kicked it off. Huh?
Highly recommended.
Yeah, sounds nice. The Maid Cafe in Tokyo?
In Tokyo, Akihabara, which is the electric, what they call the electric district, basically. It's a bunch of high-tech stores. And a lot of animation figurines and stuff like that. Like if you're a collector of anything, this is where you're going to go in Japan. You can get anything you want. I forget have you been to Japan or not?
No, I haven't. Not yet. I wanted to, but then I blew all of my vacation money to the podcasting equipment and stuff. Well, not everything, but I'm getting there.
Do you want to start the segment Life Regrets?
Life Regrets?
Yeah.
You want me to use the tune?
For Life Regrets? Yeah, if you have one. Just, off the cuff.
Oh, I don't know if I have one. Maybe this one.
You're the master. You're the master of sound effects. That was so perfect for Life Regrets.
Life Regrets.
Yes.
Oh, hit me.
When I was...
Hit me. What's your life regret, George?
How old are you, Mark?
Do you have one?
How old are you, Mark?
I am 34.
Right. My name is Mark.
And you?
When I was 34, I didn't go to Japan so I could do a dumb podcast called The Mark and George
Life
Show.
Regret. Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly. This is true, by the way. True story. And no regrets, ladies and gentlemen.
No regrets. For those of you watching YouTube, Mark has stepped off the screen, and he's back.
Yeah, I'm here. I need to.
Where'd you go?
Take it over for a second.
All right, so, man, just take it over for a second. I'm 46, by the way, and my life regret. I don't mean to go deep, but I don't know if I actually have any like big regrets. What I like to call them is wish regrets. Like, oh man, I wish I would have done that. There's nothing that I think I would redo again. I've enjoyed what I've got so far. I think my biggest, closest thing to a regret is I think about 15 years ago, I had a Korean friend and she was willing to teach me Korean and I never thought to even learn it. And then 6 years ago, I started learning it. And I wish I would have done it 10 years earlier.
Sure.
That would have been awesome.
Right.
That's my wish regret, not a regret, but.
That's a nice one.
Well, I wasn't even going to say it, honestly, because...
concrete as well.
Yeah.
Like, do I have wish regrets? Yeah, well, right now, my wish regret is I wish I went to Japan when I had the chance, but that was interrupted because my mother-in-law died. So that was pretty horrible. It went very strange, but in short, there was a hurricane last year in Japan that caused the airport, the Osaka International Airport, to be closed down for a while. And exactly in that period, my mother-in-law got sick and passed away. So it was like everything, was connected. Felt very.
You mean when the
very
bridge
because
got torn up from the mainland to the
Yes.
man-made island that made up the
yes, exactly. And during that period, then she said, I remember when she said that she really hated that hurricane because now that caused me to not be able to go away, and that caused her to become very ill. Like, she also felt everything is connected here.
I
But the
think
strange
if you
thing is,
look at the
if that
facts-
didn't happen, I would have gone to Japan. But if I would have heard there that she was ill, she would have passed away before I even returned because it all happened so fast. It was a really strange situation.
Well, and you don't know. Maybe the plane that got canceled or the plane that you didn't go on, maybe it would have crashed in the Pacific Ocean.
Who knows?
You never
Who
know.
knows?
I always think about those things. Like how lucky, did this bad thing that happened to me actually save my life? Did another me in a different dimension do something to prevent this from happening?
I know those feelings. Yeah. Do you believe in that there are multiple yous in multiple dimensions? Is there does that, I mean, I hate to ask, do you believe? So let me ask, does that theory resonate with you?
I believe the real truth of what the universe is so fantastic and so above calculation that we really don't know. But I do believe that, multiverse theory and I think it's called bubbleverse. All of these things are, I think, completely possible. Is there another me that, for example, if I make a choice, I branch off into another fractal time stream? I think that would be interesting, wouldn't it be? But I don't.
Yeah, because it's not really a different you, because it's not the same you watching through the same eyes. So it's a different, like two sheets of A4 or letter paper. We use A4 here.
A4 paper. They do that in Japan too. It's a little bit. It's a little bit taller than letter size and a little bit less wide, right?
Yeah, but then it uses the golden ratio, which means that one A4 contains two A5s, contains three A6.
Oh, I like that. So basically,
Two
what it is
A4s
like
equal to A3.
Another time where America uses its own freaking system that doesn't match up with anything else.
Yeah, although I think it's older. Its letter is an older, and in my opinion, it looks better because it's
aren't
less
miles
elongated.
aren't miles and inches also older than America? But we still keep using that old system. I don't think America invented the standard system.
I don't know. It's a good question because I don't know. And usually when people don't know something, they say that's a good question. Actually, a good question is one that takes time to answer, but I don't know, so good question. This is just me.
Well, what do
how
you
it works
think, Mark?
inside of my brain.
What do you think? I mean, do you think there's another you?
Sorry, wait.
Oh man, you're good at this soundboard. I mean, honestly.
Oh yeah, no. Well,
I'm not being
It's a
sarcastic.
small screen.
I'm not being sarcastic. It's amazing, dude.
Well, I thought it was it sucked.
Oh, okay.
Because,
Well, I mean, it's different opinions,
My
Do you think
my 10-inch screen is a little bit small, so
do
when
you
I
think
tap it,
another you, like another Mark in another multiverse, didn't accidentally hit the sound button when I asked you the question? Do you think there's that level of
I wonder.
granularity?
I wonder. I don't know if it works like that or if it's like a version of Mark that leads a totally different life altogether. The reason I wonder about this is I had a recurring pattern in one of my in my dreams, and the recurring pattern has been like 4 or 5 dreams where me, but not me, has friends that I am not befriended with in this life anymore, but I used to be, and the other me together with those friends committed a murder. Or actually, I didn't commit the murder. My friend committed the murder, but I was also there and I helped cover it up.
Wow.
But this
wonder.
and it was very freaky, very intense. And it happened I had the dream. It wasn't the same dream. It was just like a different story from the same life in a new dream. So it was like a parallel life that I tapped in when I dreamed it.
I think dreams are a good way to think about, like, if there's a multi-dimension, that would be how you're catching a glimpse of it. But I also like how dreams seem so much to make sense when you're having them. And then when you wake up and you think it's like, that was the coolest dream. Let me tell somebody about it. And you can never coherently explain it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you always have
cannot-
to end with,
you can't even
"Dude,
find the word.
I wish I could show it to you because, dude, it was so cool." But
Yeah.
like the story was so interesting. Because I'll wake up and I'll record my stories because I like to use them as the seed of like a fiction story that I want to write.
Ah, cool.
And I end up really only keeping about 5% because it doesn't make any logical sense.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I know the feeling very well. This
I
was
wonder if
for me as well.
these people that they have you heard about this every now and then you have someone that kills somebody or does something horrendous in their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about any cases like
Oh
this?
yeah, but without being conscious of it, and then they right, for example, wake up and it turns out that they did this stuff. Yes, I've heard of this. It's very strange. Even situations where this, where people got, well, not sued, but charged, and they made this exact story in front of the judge.
Yeah, there was a time where people that were on the sleep pill Ambien would blame Ambien.
Right? Yeah, Ambien, and that made them do very freaky stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is like, oh, this other guy got off on Ambien. Let's try to pull the same thing to see if they're okay. If the jury will fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll keep talking while you work on that mint. You thought I didn't see.
I don't have a mint. There's no mint.
What is it then?
There's
Because
no
there's
mint.
definitely
There's
something in your mouth
gum.
right now. Is it gum? Okay. Well, that makes
Yes.
a lot more sense.
There's no mint. I'm trying to cut down on those nicotine mints by chewing on regular gum, and it really helps.
Actually, you know what helps you stop the... I read this in an article yesterday. One thing that stops you from being addicted to the Nicorette gum is you just start smoking.
Oh, good
Yeah.
idea.
If you
I'll
should just
light
start
one up right now.
If you start smoking for a bit, you'll actually not want the gum anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, there's a study.
You know
out of
that,
the New York Times.
One pack of tobacco is over 10 euros over here right now. It's insanely expensive.
I think it's a conspiracy from the tobacco industry.
Oh. Breaking news. Breaking news. George, breaking news.
You gotta tell me what's happening, man.
Somebody had a research. Somebody performed some research. We have to check it out.
All right.
Hear what happened.
We're heading over to the research
A
desk.
recent
Ladies-
study out of
Good.
Coming
sorry.
again?
No, this is coming in from the satellite feed right now. Bear with us. This is just now coming in. We're a little bit hectic. I got a lot of people in my ear right now. Let's go ahead and see if you can switch over to audio 2.
Audio 2. Come in, audio 2.
A recent study out of Yale University reveals that if you become happier with your life, a friend living close by has a whopping 25% higher chance of also becoming happier. The research followed face-to-face interactions among 5,000 people living in one town over the course of 32 years. The study also reveals that unhappiness and anger can be just as contagious. This also includes digital interactions.
Oh my Lord.
That is I don't even know how to.
Isn't this amazing?
As the news comes in, we will keep you all updated. But right now, just to reiterate the story, if you're happy, your friends might be happy. That is crazy research coming out of.
Right, yeah, 25% chance of also becoming more happy. And they conducted this research under 5,000 people from a single town. Wow, groundbreaking over the course of 32 years. Hey, and there's more to uncover. You ready?
All right.
Yes.
We have more news coming in from Washington. I believe the president's getting ready to speak. We have reporters at the Rose Garden right now. Go ahead and hit the audio number. I think 3 will bring us over to that live report.
This is audio 2, and it will bring us to the live report.
Another study reveals that if you send your friend or partner a sad text message, they're likely to mirror your symptoms. A study of some 700,000 Facebook users indicates we also mirror what we encounter in the world of social media.
Oh my Lord. It sounds like they discovered that humans have empathy.
Hang on now. It seems like, okay, so a lot is coming in. We have not been able to filter out what's happened exactly, but apparently it seems, again, not yet confirmed, mirrors are involved. You know, my father used to
Mirrors.
say it's all done with mirrors, and this is kind of an interesting thing that this is coming full circle.
Yeah, I don't know at all what this all means.
Now, Mark,
Mirrors.
you said empathy.
Empathy.
Okay,
Yes,
for
yes.
the-
This is a groundbreaking new discovery. Has discovered that when something happens to one person, it affects the other person. You know how they call it?
Amazing.
You know how they call it?
How do they call it?
Emotional contagion.
I just hope more. I hope more information comes in soon, because this is
You know, the thing that really caught my attention was this point about this result that we mirror emotions on social media that was performed under some 700,000 Facebook users. This number, I've heard it somewhere before. So the report continues
audio.
as follows.
I do hear some crackling on audio too. I believe that report's getting ready to start right now.
In this study, users' feeds were altered. When good things are happening in news feeds, the study says that users are more likely to create positive posts, and those who are flooded with negative posts tended to mirror those same emotions.
Yes.
Fantastic information. coming in.
Altering timelines on Facebook. But this wasn't the first time I heard this. However, this report is brand new. So I did a bit of digging and I came across the following report from January 2014 when they were already
So it looks like
performing
this has been
studies.
ongoing for some time.
Yes, of course.
Even
They've
though
been
they're making
performing
it-
studies on the
A lot of moving
on what I
parts in
call
this story.
the yes there are, and it's it's a developing story. Apparently they just love to do experiments on the cattle of the social users. So the following clip is from a SciShow, and it goes back even further.
Facebook caused an uproar last week when scientists from Cornell University, working with Facebook's own data science team, released the results of a psychological experiment that they performed on about 700,000 Facebook users.
So there's that number again, 700,000 users. But don't forget, this is a report from 2014.
None of which knew they were participating. The team was studying what they call emotional contagion, or how people can influence each other's emotions. The experiment took place over 1 week in January of 2012. In all, 683,000 English-speaking Facebook users were selected at random to take part. And once they were chosen, the content of those users' news feeds were filtered without their knowledge.
There you go.
Wow.
So already in 2012, they were performing, or in 2014, Facebook released this report about the study they conducted in 2012 about how people can influence each other's emotions, which, like I said, they call emotional contagion. How about that for a show title?
It just sounds
As I said in
like
the-
a fancy way to say human experiments. We're human
Yes, yes, yes.
experiments. Where
And
this
in the
is
clip you said-
ridiculous.
You think?
I think, well, I mean, I understand a company has to experiment, but, you know, how different is that from how many people, for example, that were shown sad things actually maybe committed suicide or did something crazy like that? Do they have
Exactly, and we
research on
don't
that?
know about that.
And because
you want to know how this...
think
how-
about this, would we know about the research if it was tied to a negative result?
Oh, that's a very good question. What would your answer be?
I would say that we wouldn't find out.
Yeah, me too. That's a very good question. You want to know more about how this study took place?
I do. I'm fascinated by this.
Cool.
The filter hid certain posts that contained terms deemed to be either positive, like happy, good, yes, or negative, like sad, angry, or maybe a frowny emoticon. Posts were scanned for these terms using an automated program called the Linguistic Inquiry and Word Count software, so they weren't actually read by someone on the Facebook staff. The software was set up so that one group of subjects had between a 10% and 90% chance of not seeing a post if it had a lot of negative terms in it. Another group had the same chance of not seeing posts with positive words. And then after the feeds were tweaked, the same program then scanned what the subjects in the experiments posted for themselves. After scanning through 3 million posts, the psychologists found that exposing users to more positive or negative content seemed to have only a small effect on what they posted. If a subject saw more posts with positive language, they were about 0.07% more likely to include positive words in their own posts. That is 1/15 of 1%.
That's a crazy big number. I don't understand.
Wow.
Now it looks like nothing was. That seems like random chance.
Right, and now they're blowing it up again by saying that something that basically that the results are different. So that's what I found very strange between this report from 2014 and what they say about the same data. Apparently, because they named the same number, 700,000 unwitting Facebook users in 2019. Now, back then, the findings themselves got less attention from the public than the fact that the study was done, obviously, on unwitting participants in the first place. And I remember public outrage about this, both from the media and by users themselves. Of course, Facebook had its typical response.
In its defense, Facebook says that when users agree to its terms of use, they agree to take part in market research. But as any of you who've watched Crash Course Psychology know, the first principle of research on human subjects is that you need their consent. Like, their explicit, written, informed consent.
Right. So that apparently didn't happen. And I'm just wondering, is this the same research or is it different? Because I could not find anything about this. And yeah, it's pretty weird.
Do you think they're recycling the news story and putting a different spin on it?
Could be. Could be. No. Well, the thing is, there is, I mean, I don't think that in this report they're lying about the research. Apparently, this time Yale has performed research on this data set. However, I don't know if it's the same data set or a different data set. So this time the news is coming after this recent Yale University study has revealed that the emotions from happiness to anger can be contagious. But previously, the study was performed by Cornell University, and they were working together with Facebook's own data science team. You know, they say it was a psychological experiment and that results were not that impressive at all. So that's what's really strange. So because of this discrepancy, I wanted to do a little experiment with you, if you want. I'm going to ask for consent, of course. I want you to feel inside how you feel right now, and you
want me to feel inside how I feel right now.
How you feel right now.
Oh, you want to ask me how I feel right now?
Well, I want you to feel and to gauge how you feel right now, and remember this feeling. And then I'm going to play a clip.
Okay.
I found it just today, just before the show. I mean, YouTube is really awesome. And then you're going to tell me how you feel afterwards.
Okay, now those of you that are listening, I want you to. We think we should all join this together. Let's join hands together, all 700,000 of us. Let's go ahead and do this.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, what's up? Dan here with Dan C Speaks, helping people reach higher. In this video, I want to talk about being happy. Look, the other day, I kept getting these texts from my wife saying that she felt like she was on top of the world. For some reason, that day she was so happy. And I just point this out because it was almost like I felt her energy through the phone, and it actually changed my day. And that's actually so true because you've heard it before. People say, man, that person has some great energy, or wow, that person has a bad vibe, or something like that. So go out and about your day being happy. Know that you radiate the energy that comes from within you, and that impacts the people around you. You have the ability to make a difference with the joy and the happiness you radiate. So go out and keep reaching higher.
How about that, huh?
Did you add that?
How do you feel now?
Did you?
No. It's in the video. This was from Dan C Speaks, by the way. So how are you doing now? Did it affect you? Was this a contagious feeling? You?
Okay, so you asked me to gauge my feelings at the beginning. I was 0.013 positive when I started.
Okay.
And now I'm 0.015. It did completely shift.
Ooh. Wow. So we can conclude.
Fact.
It's a fact. This research.
I want to say something about how research works, that I think a lot of people get tricked into this, the way that numbers are spun. So let's say that we took that 0.015 versus 0.013. Well, that's a percentage difference. Can you do me a favor? And I think the way it works is you can divide 15 into 13. 13 divided by 15. Can you do that?
Should I do that?
Let me see if I have a calculator here.
15 divided by 13?
Two people doing math. Let's see. 15.
1.1538.
Okay. So I believe that means it's a 15% difference. If we done the math right, but
All right.
so that seems very significant.
You lost me at math.
So what they do? Okay, let's make it even simpler. Okay, let's say they have a data set of 10,000 people, and one person out of that 10,000 initially reported being happy. Then they played that clip, and now 2 people claim that they're happy. Now, the way that they're going to report that is, new study shows that listening to this clip will make you 50% happier. You have a 50% higher chance of being happier.
Probably what the media reports.
That's exactly what they do. That's what they do with numbers. So a statistical insignificance, really, where it goes from 1% of the people to 2% of the people, might look big on paper when you have a large data set, but in the end, a 1% change or a 0.05% change, if you put it in terms of how, delta. Go ahead.
The biggest problem, I think, with media reporting on research is they report new studies, which mean they haven't been. They're usually preliminary studies, so they're the peer review isn't even in, but also they don't really report on the kind of news stories, on the kind of research projects where, because finding insignificant numbers is also valuable research. If you can prove that something is not significant, it's also important, but they never report about that stuff. They usually report on preliminary results or the clickbait headlines. This is what the media does, because they're not researchers.
Let's go back
they're
to
not
that number.
usually even academics.
Go back to that number, and let's say that the tobacco industry did a study. Let's just say they did a study where they make a small change in their formula, and one person died out of the 10,000 before that change, and now only, or 2 people died, and now only one person died over a longer period study. Now they can say this new additive that we added decreased. Now this is a healthy cigarette because 50% less people died when this was applied to our product. So, and that's obviously a gross exaggeration about how that methodology works, but that's what they do.
It's a little bit more subtle, but that is what they do. Agreed.
Yeah, they take random chance and random. Now, hopefully, they're doing double-blind studies, and they're repeating the study over and over again, not just doing one study that tailors what they're trying to go for data-wise.
Yeah, kind of. But it's different, of course, if you measure the things that happened over like a 1-year period, because what you're actually measuring is a continuous stream of incidents, so you are able to cut those up in years and say, well, this year there were less traffic incidents than last year, and that is significant. But the way that this news usually hits the media is, it's not scientifically correct. It's just they make a headline out of it, a soundbite, and send it off. How did we get to this topic again?
You found the study where people in the town got happier.
Right? Yeah. No, the emotional contagion. And then,
but I think
then the guy.
I don't think
and he did increase your happiness somewhat. So experiment confirmed.
Okay, let me say something. Well, initially I was like this.
So,
I thought I was ready.
Sorry. We have news from
breaking news
from the tech department that we can see George text messages on screen on YouTube.
Look, I'm aware of this. In order for me to seriously, I'm aware of this. Okay. You want to give me a second?
Oh,
let's see if I can. This is technically.
You're a YouTube dude.
No, it's not about YouTube. It's just like, give me a second. Okay. Oh my god, this is not good. There we go.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ah,
I hope this is not copyright music.
no, of course not.
All right. So
This is,
listen, in the future, let's not try to fix things midstream. Because here's what happened.
Fix things. I didn't fix anything.
No, not you. Somebody reported the text messages were showing on the screen.
Oh, yes.
You already forgot, but yes, that was only a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I was
And I
having fun.
went and everything fell. Like my microphone fell, my phone fell, the light fell, and then a completely unrelated problem happened where voice meter stopped sending out audio, which was not related
nice,
to everything
yeah.
else. So
I see.
thanks, Melanie. It was Melanie,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
We blame you.
It was Melanie, right?
Hey, no problem. We can just
No, wait. It was Melanie, right? I want to put some blame out
Yes.
there. Melanie told us that we're getting text messages. Shame.
But for now, hey, let's continue.
You know what? I bet everyone listening.
Continue the show.
I bet everyone listening, they didn't hear sound for a while, and I bet now 0.013% or a 50% more people are now deaf.
Deaf.
Yes, they can
Why?
no longer hear anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can hear myself coming back. By the way.
Oh, you can?